Houston Texans took on the Kansas City Chiefs, and it ended with an L. This is going to be a tough one. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead. Your host, is always, Harley Dugan. This is The Lead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. You're never going to find anybody with more passion speaking about your favorite Houston sports teams than this guy right here. Astros, Rockets, Texans. I try to do it all. So go down in that comment section. Let me know. How are y'all feeling about the loss? I understand this was a tough one. The Houston Texans dropped the game to the Kansas City Chiefs. There is a lot to get into here, and we're going to try to dissect it as much as we can. First things first, appreciate every single one of y'all. We had 100 RSVPs for Tejas Brewery, and we ended up doubling that number by the end of it. My goodness, it was a blast to be there with a bunch of people that I've met before, people that have met me at training camp, people that are subscribed to this channel. It is all thanks to y'all why we had such a great turnout at Tejas Brewery. It was amazing, and we had Aziz Al-Shai. He would show up, boy. This is what it does, man. This is what YouTubers made. A bunch of YouTubers came together and had themselves a bigger turnout than anybody else could have created. It was amazing here in Htown to get it turned up. I mean, it was live. If anybody missed out, we are going to be doing another one for the playoffs. Wink, wink. Maybe it happens. I'm sure it does. It was such a great turnout. But let's get into this game, man. My voice is still with me. The Houston Texans. I got something in my hat. Feels like I do. No, I don't. Do I? The Houston Texans dropped a game today against the Kansas City Chiefs slash referees slash NFL slash Roger Goodell. Texans versus everybody, right? Htown versus everyone. Houston versus everybody. It's always like that, man. And this wasn't no different. This should have been expected. The NFL referees gifted the Kansas City Chiefs multiple calls. A lot of these calls were skewed in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs. But let's push the referee crap to the side. Overall, I felt okay with the Houston Texans. Obviously, I want to win. Obviously, we all want W's. But how they performed in today's game, I thought was a very solid performance, given we know the offensive line is a problem, given we know the OC is a problem. And both of those in combination still gave you 19 points and lost the game to the best team in football by only 8. Like, this Texans team, look, I don't know how far they get in the playoffs. I'm not expecting a lot, but I am sure, always going to hope that this team can make it the way I want them to make it, where we all want them to get into that Super Bowl run. It's tough to look at it when you see a game like this. It's the same conversations we've been having since week 2, actually. Week 1, they had a really good performance, the offensive line, against the Indianapolis Colts. Week 2 is when we saw something happening. We saw something brewing. The offensive line was not good against the Chicago Bears, and it's been like that since then. It hasn't gotten better, sometimes worse, sometimes okay. Today, it was all right. The offense did okay. But then you go to the play calling, and you got inconsistent play calls coming out of Bobby Slowick. You got screen passes that are not working and continuously being called. Oh, well, Hutchinson's not blocking. Well, why don't we just call something else? We're just going to continue to blame other people for the play not to work. Well, if the play ain't working, then why don't we call something else? As simple as that. Like, just because my dog won't go through the dog door doesn't mean I just continuously try to force him through the doggy door. No, I just open the damn door. Just as simple as that, right? Come on, man. These are simple mistakes. The thing with Bobby Slowick, I feel like his offense is very vanilla. It's very predictable. It's very easy to manage as a defensive coordinator when The offensive line needed to step up in a game-winning drive for C.J. Stroud and company. It did not happen. Steve Spagnuolo dialing up the blitzes when he needed to. He had a defensive back, a cornerback blitz on there. C.J. tried to get away from it. That's a tough one, man. It came in so fast. Pause. And the Houston Texans dropped the game here against the Kansas City Chiefs. One of the bigger storylines, though. And not to get sad here, but we had the news come in for Tank Dell. He has a dislocated kneecap. That's a tough one, man. Tank Dell, as we all know, we saw CJ Stroud crying. A little bit of theatrical, I would say, but it sucks to see one of your brothers get hurt like that. It always is. It sucked. And we all know the work that Tank Dell did to come back this season. We all saw it here on this channel. On any of the shorts, I posted plenty of Tank Dell shorts and Tank Dell rehabbing and getting back to where he was. Then he got shot and he had to come back from that too. So he's worked his ass off to get back to where he needed to be. And now he's got a dislocated kneecap. I don't want people going after Jared Wayne. Jared Wayne was the one that dove into him. Look, he's trying to make a play on the football. I'm not here to see hate tweets on Jared Wayne. He doesn't deserve that, man. The Houston Texans are now going to be without Tank Dell. They're already out with without Stephon Diggs. Nico Collins is really the only weapon here. Robert Woods, John Mechie didn't play today. What else are you looking for? I know what I can look for. How about Deontay Johnson? Like at this point now, I'm going, okay, you know what? We might need a Deontay Johnson. I really wasn't sold on bringing him here, but now you need anything to try to help CJ and this offense just have some sort of weapons out there to be competitive offensively. And it's already bad as it is, but hopefully this Houston Texans team, it's going to be tough losing Tank, man. It is. Next week you have, not next week, but in a few days, in 4 days, you will be playing the Baltimore Ravens on Christmas. We'll get into that one in a separate video. But the Houston Texans dropped the game today against the Kansas City Chiefs. The referees can go ahead and it's tough. I hate getting into it because I hate talking about refereeing. But man, they took away 7 points for the Houston Texans. I can't get over that. The Texans should have won this game, in my opinion. But they're competitive with every team, no matter what, and they're always in every game. I can always appreciate that as a Texans fan. They don't really get blown out. They don't really roll over. On to the next one, man. Let's go get a W in NRG against the Baltimore Ravens. I can't wait for it. Again, shout out to Tejas Brewery and shout out to all the 200-plus people, 250-plus people that were out there swarming, drinking, partying, yelling. We appreciate y'all, man. We love y'all for real. From the bottom of our hearts, we love y'all, man. That was awesome. I can't wait to do it again. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.